Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Dubs here. Welcome back to a brand new series on my channel. This is going to be a Forza Horizon 2 drift build series, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this quite a lot because a lot of you have been asking me to do a series like this on this channel. Now, I know that I said it in the past that I wasn't going to do one of these series on this channel just because, I was pretty much playing a lot of Forza 5 back then, and you know what, I was continuing doing the Forza 5 Pro Drifting series on that, basically on that game, and you know what? I said to myself, not a lot of people are playing Forza 5 now, especially since Forza Horizon 2 came out, and a lot of people are asking me to do a series on this. So you know what, I'll take people's suggestions, I will go ahead and I'll do a series on this channel. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this quite a lot. So as you can see, my first car that I chose here is a Chevy SS. Now, I haven't done anything to this is completely stock right now. I'll pretty much show you guys exactly what I'm going to do to the car, and then I'll take it out and I'll see what it drives like. Now I already know what this thing drives stock, but I think for the future cars I will take them out stock first, and I'll drive them and I'll see what they're like before I end up tuning them. But like I said, I've already driven this stock because I had it in one of the previous videos, which was basically showcasing all the new cars that came to Forza Horizon 2 in the new update. But anyway, let's get started with this thing and let's see what we can do to it. So I'm pretty much going to show you guys everything in this very first episode. Now I'm going to do a lot of modifying, and sorry, not modifying, but a lot of editing to the video for the next few episodes to see what you guys think of them. And I know that a lot of the simple videos pretty much get more views and whatever, but I enjoy having cleaner videos, and I'm gonna do a bunch of editing once we get past this very first episode. But usually what I do is the very first episode I leave sort of standard, and I show you guys pretty much everything that I do to the car to make it better. Now I think that the multi-spoke wheels on this car look really good, so I'm gonna choose some sort of multi-spoke wheels, especially from this selection here. These look good. I like these. I think there's also another set of them like all the way at, yeah, this was like literally the last ones. Yeah, I'll take these. And I'll paint them black later on once we get to the design and paint. But right now, actually, how thick are the tires? Ah, that's alright. That's fine. Now, I think, yeah, I don't think you can do anything to this. Usually when there's only, yeah, you can't do anything to this. It's pretty much just Forza crap that you can put on it. Can we add anything to this? Supercharger. We can add a supercharger on it. Should we add a supercharger, or should we just leave it stock? I think I'll just leave it stock. Have the normal, naturally aspirated engine. Alright, let's go and pretty much buy everything else that we need to purchase here. So, transmission and drivetrain, all that stuff. Like I said, most of this will be cut out once I end up editing all the videos. But for the very first episode, I think I'll leave these, like pretty much everything in, just to show you guys what's going on and pretty much the process of me buying everything. I don't know how many of you do actually care for this, but I'll probably put an annotation on the screen for you guys to skip ahead to once I take the car on the track, or at least up until the end where I end up purchasing the last few things, and I'll show you guys the difference between the horsepower and the weight and all that stuff. So right now it weighs 3,000 pounds. I don't think we can, I think there's like one more thing that we can do to improve the weight, but let's add a little bit of power. I mean, this thing is still very good with the amount of power that it has now, but let's bring it up to about 550, maybe just a little bit over 550. I think that'll be just perfect, the amount of power that this thing will have, because like I said, right now it already likes to slide, it already likes to go sideways and do its thing, but I think if you add a little bit of power, it'll be even better. Alright. I was about to say, like, this is gonna be like a huge amount of power, so I'm not gonna change the cams. Just because it's gonna add way too much power. I'm gonna leave the displacement as well. We'll see what it's like after we choose everything. 511 horsepower. That's not too bad, to be honest. Now, I don't want to make this an absolute insane monster for drifting, but 532. Okay, I can deal with 532. We'll see what that's like. If we need more power, of course, we can just come back and we can do all that stuff. Now, let's go into tuning. Let's add pretty much a standard tune on this. Let's bring up the PSI. Usually I liked to go around with the lower PSI when I was drifting, but the higher PSI for the tires basically just makes them a lot harder and a lot more difficult to yeah, it makes them a lot more difficult to to sort of, like, it doesn't take too much to get the wheels spinning, basically, just because the tires are really, you know, highly inflated and whatever, and yeah, anyway. I just feel like it's a lot better, having higher PSI in the tires. Alignment, so let's bring this up to about 1.8 to 2.0, and then we'll see what that's like. Bring this down to almost no toe in the rear. This I usually like to go with some positive, sorry, camber is what I meant up here. Toe, I usually like to go with a bit of positive or a bit of toe out for both. Caster, I don't usually like to mess too much with that, so somewhere between 5 and 5.5. I like to keep that the way it is. Suspension, make it a little bit more loose, so somewhere around midway for both of these. The rear just a little bit more loose. Same with the springs, bring them to about halfway, and then the back as well, just a little bit more loose. And then the front, damper's pretty much the exact same thing, but not too much here. There we go, something similar to that. Of course, we can, like I said, we can just come back, and if we need to fix anything, we can do that by just, you know, going into the tuning setup again. Anyway, alright, it's a very standard setup that I usually put on a lot of my cars, so let's see what this drives like after I've changed the design and paints. I just realized that we have to do something like that now. So, let's go to wheels first of all. They need to be painted black, of course. We can add some tint, why not? Change the mirrors to black as well, because that just looks good. And pretty much I'm not going to do anything else to this thing. I like the way it looks just standard. That's why I don't want to put any sort of design on this car. Sometimes for some of the cars I would end up putting something on it to make it look a little bit nicer. But I really like the way this looks standard. So that's why I didn't want to sort of change anything on the outside. Except for the wheels. I guess the wheels don't really matter to me. Right, anyway, so we are now in Nice, I'm pretty sure. So, let's see what this is like. Let me higher up my volume on my headset, actually, to hear what this sounds like. Better get out of the way of this Ferrari. Oh, this is perfect. This is so good. I mean, I've barely done anything, and it's just... it's sideways already. Yes, this is brilliant. I said it before in the video, this thing is very good standard, just stock, without any sort of mods done to it, but... with this I can sort of throw the car in the corners a little bit more. I can basically keep it going for ages, and I can stop pretty much where I want, as you saw there. Sort of preventing myself from hitting the street light. Third gear even has a bunch of power, so I can do some long drifts with that. I feel like it sort of tops off a little bit. How about we go to our playground, which is pretty much where everything gets tested. Every sort of drift car gets tested here, so I think this is going to be our playground. This is where we're going to be, you know, testing a lot of our cars for the future Drift Build series episodes? I did call it a series, didn't I? Right, well, drifting episodes. I really want to call it Project Drifting, but I really don't want to at the same time. Just because, like I said, it was going to get sort of stale to do that, so I didn't want to do that. Right, now bring the final gear up a little bit. That's what I wanted to do. And then sort of gear, we can just extend it a slight bit, and then same with third gear. Just a little bit. So we'll see what this is like. So yeah, second gear is a little bit longer now. Oh, I can just go around and do donuts like these for days. It's so easy to control. Wow, I can actually do this whole sort of virtual late track thing that I have here. Only a second here. Use a bit of handbrake as well. And there. Go a little bit shorter now. Let's go nice and wide. This is good. This I can basically do a lot of stuff in this car that you're supposed to be able to do in drift cars, pretty much. But This is very easy to slide and to drift. Alright, so let's do some crazy shit. Can I go through the middle of this? There we go. This is good. It drives really, really well. For anybody that wants to give this a shot, or maybe you haven't bought the new update that has come out, or the DLC, I guess I should call it. It's not really an update. It's more of a DLC. Oh, I crashed it. Finally crashed it. Right. Anyway, so yeah, this thing's a beast. It's actually a very fun car to just keep driving. I can't stop driving this thing. Big V8 in the front, a lot of power in the back, a lot of power. This definitely doesn't need any more power. Everything's just great on this thing. The handling is perfect. Like, you need very, very just little bit of steering done, like, you know, when you're drifting, but that's pretty much it. Like, you don't need to do any sort of excessive movement to be able to get the car to I can't even talk. To be able to get the car to go sideways, or even just to be able to get the car to go where you want it to go. Like, it's so simple to basically just point and drive in that direction with this thing. That's why I like this car right now so much. Maybe for one of the videos I may do like a full max power one of these things, you know, the supercharger and everything, and we'll see what that's like. Alright, but I'm gonna end the episode there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed going on a bit of two wheels there. That's fine. Right, anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. This is the very first episode of my Forza Horizon 2 Drift Build series. And as you can see, it's been a very successful one because this thing is an absolute monster. And it drives really, really well. Very easy to handle. And I'm going to stop there. Alright, thank you guys for watching again. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.